Welcome to Homemaking with Mima. My name is Wendy. And in this video today, I'm going to be showing you two quick meals that we had this month. And I'm going to bring you along with me. So the two meals that I'm going to be showing you, one is going to be the sausage gravy over toast, very quick meal. And the second one is going to be kind of a made up chicken noodle soup. Whatever I had on hand is what I used. So for tonight's supper, we're going to have a sausage gravy over toast. You can have it over biscuits, you can have it over whatever you want. Mashed potatoes, noodles, any of that. We prefer to have it over toast. And I already browned up my pork sausage. And now I'm heating up water to make this biscuit gravy mix. And that's what I'm going to use for my gravy. So what it wants you to do for the gravy mix is, I'm doubling this. So 1.5 cups, this is for a normal pack. 1.5 cups of water bring to a boil. Then you take an extra 1/2 cup and you mix this stuff in with it, the powdered. And once that comes to a boil, then you incorporate the two. And so right now all I'm doing is adding in the gravy mix into the extra water here. Get all the lumps out. So you can see my water has come to a boil. So now I'm going to mix the powdered gravy mix with the water in with that to make the gravy, and it comes together very quickly. Once you get it in there, you bring it back to a boil. Let it boil just for a few moments, and then that gravy is done. You can already feel that it's thickening. So I'm going to turn the temperature down some. Yep, nice and thick. So I'm going to cook, if there's flowers in there, which I'm sure there is, cook this for about a minute to cook any of the flour taste out. Now this is just a white gravy. Sometimes I buy the stuff that's got the pepper in it, but they put way too much pepper in it in my eyes. So I just add my own pepper. And then my family can add more pepper on theirs if they want. You don't need any salt because the pork sausage is already seasoned. Yep, it's going to start sputtering at you. It's going to be like hot lava. So I'm going to turn this down. Then I'm going to add my pork sausage. And my pork sausage wasn't very fatty, so I didn't strain any of the grease. And I'm just going to use a heat-safe spatula to get it mixed up. And when you do the 2 packets, it makes a lot. So there's going to be leftovers if my family wants to take it for their lunches or eat it for breakfast in the morning before they go to work. So I'm just going to heat this through a little bit. Then I'm going to place it into a small little crock pot, just enough for tonight's supper. So I always set my crock pot into my sink. I have spilled things before, and this is just the safest way for me to do it. Then I don't have to worry about having a mess. And I'm going to put just enough in there for tonight's supper. And the rest I'm going to let cool. And like I said, they can have the rest for leftovers for breakfast or if they want to take it for their lunch. So now I'm going to set this into the sleeve of the crock pot and put it on low. And then when it's time for supper, hopefully I'll remember to bring you along to show you a plate. And there it is in the crock pot. Now to clean up my mess. This is the quick and easy supper that we are having tonight. It's that sausage gravy over toast, and I pulled out French bread that we had that needed to get used up. and we're gonna pair it with applesauce tonight, and I'm gonna have milk. And it's not a fancy meal, but it fills you and it's good. So for another meal that I'm gonna do is my husband had purchased a rotisserie chicken. This is what's left. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pick the meat off of it, and then any skin and bone and all that is going to go into a bag, into the freezer for future chicken broth. And what I'm gonna make is I'm gonna make some, it's not really homemade chicken soup, but it's made at home. So that's what I'm going with. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take the meat off the bone here, and then I'll bring you along for when I gather it all together. Okay, so I am just gonna throw this together, but I'm just gonna tell you what I'm gonna put into it. So here's the meat that I was able to salvage from that rotisserie chicken. I have 2 jars of my home canned chicken broth. I have some vegetable bouillon. I'm just trying to get some of this used up, so I'm gonna put some of that in there. I've got cream of chicken soup to kind of make it a little creamy. Instead of like chicken noodles, you know, like your ramen noodles or your Amish noodles, I have some linguine that I need to use up, and if that's not enough, I'm going to use spaghetti noodles, and I'm just going to break them up. To me, a noodle is a noodle. So, and then for seasonings, I'm going to put some garlic powder, some garlic and herb because we have that to use up, a little bit of thyme, salt, and pepper. So that's what I'm going to put into this homemade but not homemade, because I didn't, well, you know, the chicken stock's homemade. I didn't cook the chicken, and we're using some extras here, you know, like the cream of chicken soup. But you know what, you do what you can do. This is, I had that leftover chicken in the refrigerator, and it needs to be eaten up, and so this is what I'm gonna make. You just gather your stuff and decide what you're gonna make for supper. So this is what I'm doing. I'm going to put a 1/4 teaspoon of thyme in. And 1/2 teaspoon onion granules, or the onion powder, this garlic and herb, and salt and pepper to taste. I'm going to add my chicken. Give it a little stir. Then I'm going to get it on the stove and bring it to a boil, and then add my noodles. Okay, so I've got the chicken mixture that I just all mixed together. Got it on the stove. Then I'm going to bring it up to a boil. Once it comes to a boil, then I'm going to break up my noodles and put it in there, and then we're going to get it cooked. Okay, so it's come to a boil. And this is all the linguine noodles that I had in that box. So I'm going to break them up. You just cook it until the noodles are done. Okay, so the noodles, you only want to cook them till they're al dente. And I'm going to let it completely cool. You see how hot it is. The steam. Well, I have the door open too, and it's cool, but it's really steamy. they'll finish cooking in this while it just sits here to cool off. And we're not going to eat it tonight. This is something that I'm going to put into the refrigerator that we can work on in the next couple of days because I'm busy. But I am going to give it a taste. That is extremely flavorful. Almost too flavorful for me. I could have done without the vegetable broth in there because I want to say there's salt in there, but your cream of chicken soup has salt in it as well, plus the rotisserie chicken, plus I added salt. And I did add salt to my chicken broth when I had canned it. So it's extremely flavorful. And it is very good. Very good. Too much salt for me, for my taste, but I am still going to eat it. My husband will love it. So yeah, we're just going to let it cool down. Then I'm going to put it into this container and we can work on it through the next couple of days as far as either lunches or for suppers, because we're all really busy. All right, so while this cools down, I'm going to end this video. I've brought you 2 meals that we've eaten this month. I'm not very good at getting actual meals filmed and videoed. I'm good at videoing me making them, but not so much eating them, because I just totally forget. I apologize, but I am trying. This, I told you, we're going to work on in the next couple of days for either lunches or suppers because we're all very busy. Thank you for joining me today. If you like this kind of content, please give it a thumbs up, share with family and friends, and subscribe to the channel. And I want you folks to make it a really great day.